Jennifer Hale. I'm a voice actress. I do anything. I also do on-camera acting as well, but primarily voice, cartoons, video games, you name it.
You were saying earlier that you have had experience in production.
I have.
How did that experience translate into being on the other side of the camera?
Starting in production was invaluable, as in becoming an actress. I remember I was working on a movie of the week once, and I watched the director and the DP really fretting over a shot. And because I'd been behind the scenes, I knew that their issue was a framing issue, and they didn't want to capture all the stuff up here. So I very timidly, I was still in my teens, I said, "Excuse me, what if we just kneel down?" And they're like, "Genius! You can solve a lot. You can be a problem solver if you have a background in production because you understand what people are up against." It's like with voice acting. When you've used Pro Tools or any recording program and you're going along and you make a mistake and you do a pickup, you're very clear that you need to pause or make a mark of some kind instead of just going, "Oh, sorry, blah, 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 oh, sorry, blah, blah, blah." That's a nightmare for someone to edit. You go, "Hold on," and you restart. There's a big space there. It's a big flat line. It's easy to find. So spending time on the other side of the camera or the glass is invaluable.
Did that put some of the technical stuff on the back foot?
I was never that presumptuous. I was always very polite and probably overly so I think I had to learn how to take up space in offering my suggestions and things. Yeah.
You've worked in various roles, in very varied roles previously. What were some of the challenges or the experiences in learning how to work in different kinds of roles?
Yeah, they're all very interesting formats. Live performance is its own animal. Woo! I think the most recent stuff of that I've done is live improv stuff, and that's always just who knows what the heck's going to happen there. Within voice acting itself, there are so many different aspects of it. There's games versus animation. In the games, it's basically a 4-hour one-person show. And in an animated episode, it's a much smaller workload, and we're all sharing it. So that's a whole different animal. And then you go to motion capture, which is, vocally, it's like film and TV now. The acting has evolved to that place, but physically, it still has a touch of live theater to it. You still have to make it big enough so that it registers in the volume, and you really can carry it. You can take up the space you need to take up to make it land. And then when you bump over to something like, whenever I do, film and TV, I'm always taken aback initially by how much we get done in a day, because you might do, a couple pages in a day. If you're really rocking and rolling, you'll do 7, 10, and in animation, it's 32 pages in 2.5, 4 hours, and in games, it's how many telephone books are you getting through?
Is it ever frustrating to work with the quirks?
No, I don't see that. I don't see changing from medium to medium as frustrating. It's my job. It's my job to absorb whatever challenges come along and spit out what works for everyone else, because everyone else has a massive workload. And I'm there to solve problems, make it easier, and bring it to life. And there's not really room in my world for complaining, or having difficulties. That's for me to resolve and get to work.
Is that a mindset you've had from very early on?
Probably. I'm very uncomfortable with complaining. It doesn't accomplish anything. I mean, there's first you have to sort of vocalize what's bothering you, and then go fix it. Don't get stuck on that same note. It's a very boring song.
One of the more prominent roles you've been known for is as FemShep in Mass Effect. Have you found coming to consumer shows like this that communities or audiences might have pigeonholed you into that role?
I always push against being put into any single box. I don't like being pigeonholed. However, I'm super grateful to Mass Effect and to all the wonderful things that came with it. Breaking the glass ceiling, getting FemShep on the box, having a vehicle for so many female gamers and male gamers to enjoy the strength of a powerful female character. That's incredible. And I'm pretty persistent with, the other stuff, the crazy roles, the wacky stuff, the cartoon stuff I get to do. I think my single favorite thing about my career is the diversity that I get to have. And that's really my favorite thing.
With Mass Effect, you spoke about getting FemShep on the box. And at the time, there was a shift towards female representation in games that was meaningful and that was positive. Have we made as many or as big a jump in the time since?
It's a great question. I think it doesn't look like this. I think it looks like this. Progress always looks like that. And the fact that the conversation's out there and demand is out there and people are asking the question means that it's just a matter of time before it goes pop and it's there. I mean, look at Wonder Woman. I mean, that was tremendous. It's happening everywhere, and it's been coming for a long time. When I first moved to Los Angeles and I was auditioning for commercials, I would get a copy, I think you guys call it a brief here, and they would ask for, woman number 2, woman number 3, an announcer. And I would ask my agents, who's doing the announcer? Can I read for that? And, oh, they want a man. And I'd say, can I read for it anyway? And I would just press them and I would read for it anyway so much of the time. And eventually we broke through and women are now all over the areas.
What are some of the ambitions in the future that you're still chasing?
I love all of it. I mean, I'd like to add some more live action, especially sci-fi. Love sci-fi. Anything I can sing and ride a horse and have a great time with great people. I'm in.
All right then. Thank you so much for your time, Jen.
Thank you, Chad. Thank you. Thanks, everybody.